There's a particular kind of smile you learn to wear when you're the daughter nobody quite knows what to do with. It's pleasant, unassuming, the smile of someone who's learned that being overlooked is easier than being scrutinized. I've perfected that smile over 32 years. My name is Rachel Morgan, and tonight, at my sister's engagement party, that smile is about to crack. The evening starts the way these things always do in my family. My mother, Susan, has transformed their backyard in Greenwich into something out of a magazine. White tablecloths, Edison bulbs strung between trees, a catering team that moves like synchronized swimmers. Everything is perfect. Everything is controlled. My sister Olivia stands at the center of it all in a cream-colored dress that probably cost more than most people's monthly rent, showing off the ring her fiancé Daniel gave her. 3 carats, emerald cut. He proposed in the Hamptons. My mother has told this story to everyone who will listen. I'm standing near the bar, nursing a glass of wine I don't really want, watching the performance. That's what these gatherings feel like to me. A performance where everyone knows their role except me. Rachel, sweetheart. My mother materializes at my elbow, her smile tight around the edges. Could you help me in the kitchen for a moment? It's not really a question. I follow her inside, past the caterers, into the quiet of the pantry where she turns to me with that look, the one that says she's about to criticize me but wants me to know it's for my own good. You look tired, she says, reaching up to adjust a strand of my hair. Are you sleeping enough? I'm fine, Mom. It's just, everyone's here. Your father's colleagues, the Carters, all of Olivia's friends. I want you to make a good impression. She pauses. Have you thought any more about what we discussed? About going back to school or looking into that position at your father's firm? I have a master's degree in data science. I've been successfully self-employed for 6 years, but in my mother's mind, I'm still figuring things out. Mom, I'm good, really. She sighs, that long-suffering sigh that says she's tried her best, but some things are beyond her control. Well, just try to engage, okay? Circulate, talk to people. Don't spend the whole evening hiding by the bar. She leaves. I stand there for a moment, feeling 32 and 13 at the same time. When I return outside, my father, Richard, is holding court near the grill with Daniel's father and a few other men in expensive casual wear. They're laughing about something. My father's retirement, probably. He just left his position as a managing partner at a law firm. It's all anyone can talk about. Olivia catches my eye from across the yard and waves. She's genuinely happy tonight, and I'm glad for her. Despite everything, despite the way our parents have always held her up as the example and me as the cautionary tale, Olivia and I are okay. She's never been cruel about being the favorite. She just accepts it as natural order. I wave back and turn to find my Uncle James standing beside me. Rachel, he pulls me into a hug. James is my father's younger brother, the one who moved to California and started a tech company and generally lives the life my father both envies and disapproves of. How the hell are you? I'm good, Uncle James. How's San Francisco? Expensive and foggy, same as always. He grabs a beer from a passing tray. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. What's new? Still doing the data thing? Still doing the data thing. Good money in that. It pays the bills. He studies me for a moment with those sharp eyes that don't miss much. You seem different. More settled, maybe. More sure of yourself. I'm not sure how to respond to that, so I just smile. The evening progresses. Toasts are made. Olivia cries prettily. Daniel gives a speech about how he knew she was the one from the moment he saw her. My mother dabs at her eyes with a napkin. My father shakes Daniel's hand with visible pride. I clap along with everyone else. Dinner is served. I end up at a table with Uncle James, my cousin Sarah, and a few of Daniel's relatives I've never met. The conversation flows easily around me. Work, travel, real estate prices. Someone mentions the market in Connecticut. Ridiculous, Uncle James says. A friend of mine just sold a place in Westport for $2 million. $2 million for a house that was built in the 70s. The market's insane. Greenwich isn't much better, Sarah adds. My friend just bought a condo for $800,000. A condo. Rachel, where are you living these days? This is from Daniel's aunt, whose name I've already forgotten. Still in the city? No, She's in Fairfield, my mother cuts in smoothly from the next table over. She's been monitoring my conversations all night, I realize, ready to redirect or interrupt as needed. Renting a lovely little place. I'm not renting. I haven't rented in 3 years. Uncle James is looking at me with a slight frown, then his expression clears. Wait, Fairfield, that's where your place is, right? The one on Sasko Beach? The noise of the party doesn't actually stop, but in my head, everything goes quiet. I can feel my mother's attention snap toward me like a searchlight. Your place? Daniel's aunt asks. You own in Fairfield? Rachel, my mother's voice has a warning edge. Maybe we shouldn't bore everyone with real estate talk. But Uncle James isn't paying attention to her. He's looking at me with growing certainty. The house on Sasko Beach. My buddy Greg is a realtor in Fairfield. He handled your closing, didn't he? 3 years ago? I can't lie to Uncle James. I've never been able to lie to Uncle James. Yes, I say quietly. That's a beautiful property, right on the water. What was it, like 1.5 million? The silence that follows is very real this time. Conversations at nearby tables trail off, heads turn. My mother has gone completely still, her wine glass frozen halfway to her lips. My father is staring at me with an expression I can't quite read. Olivia looks confused. Wait, Rachel, you own a house? In Fairfield? On the beach? That's what I'm hearing, Uncle James says, glancing around at the sudden attention. Did I say something wrong? My mother recovers first. She always does. James, you were mistaken. Rachel rents. Susan, Uncle James's voice is gentle but firm. Greg showed me the listing when Rachel was buying it. I remember because I almost flew out to see it myself. It's a gorgeous property. He looks at me. You got a good deal too, if I remember right, under asking. Rachel? Olivia's voice is small. Is this true? I look at my parents, at the table full of people now watching this unfold like it's dinner theater. Yes, I say quietly. It's true. I bought a house 3 years ago on Sasko Beach in Fairfield. I paid $1.47 million for it. You could hear a pin drop. Daniel's father leans forward. I'm sorry, but how does someone afford that at your age? What do you do exactly? I'm a data scientist. I consult for financial firms and tech companies, back-end systems, predictive modeling, risk analysis. As in, you work for yourself? Yes, I've had consistent contracts for 6 years. My primary client alone pays me $300,000 a year. I watch this information land, watch faces recalculate, watch assumptions shift. My mother's face has lost color. My father is gripping his fork so tightly his knuckles are white. 3 years? Olivia's voice cracks slightly. You've owned this house for 3 years and you never told me? I did tell you, Liv. The week after I closed. We had lunch. I showed you pictures on my phone. Her face crumbles slightly as she tries to remember. I don't... You were distracted. You'd just gotten the promotion at work. You were telling me about your new office. I mentioned the house. You said, "That's great," and kept talking about the office. It's not an accusation. It's just a fact. But Mom and Dad? Olivia looks at our parents. Did you know? My mother's mouth opens, closes, opens again. Of course we knew. We're her parents. Then why? Olivia's confusion is genuine. Why doesn't anyone else know? Why have I been telling people Rachel's renting? Why did you... She stops, looks at me. Why did you let us believe you were struggling? I never said I was struggling. You all just assumed. Because you drive an old car? Daniel's aunt says slowly, like she's piecing together a puzzle. And you don't wear designer clothes? And you never talk about money? Because I don't care about those things. Uncle James is watching my mother with an expression that's somewhere between disappointment and understanding. Susan, did you know about Rachel's house this whole time and just not mention it? My mother's composure is fracturing. It's Rachel's private business. We didn't think it was appropriate to broadcast our daughter's financial situation to the entire family. But you've spent the last 2 hours telling everyone about Olivia's promotion and her salary and how Daniel just made partner and bought them a condo in Tribeca. That's different. How? My mother doesn't answer. She's looking at me with something that might be pleading, asking me to drop it, to let it go, to keep playing my role. It's different, I say quietly, because it doesn't fit the narrative. My father finally speaks. Rachel, that's not fair. Isn't it, Dad? When's the last time you asked me about my work? Really asked, not just, how's the computer stuff going, in that tone that makes it clear you don't really want to know. He doesn't answer. I told you when I bought the house. I invited you to come see it. You said you'd visit soon. That was 3 years ago. You've never come. You've never asked to see pictures. You've never mentioned it to anyone. Because the story you've been telling about me, the one where I'm the daughter who's still finding her way, who's independent but unsettled, who you worry about, that story doesn't work if I'm successful. My mother's eyes are bright with tears. We have always been proud of you. Have you? I don't say it cruelly. I genuinely want to know. I've spent 3 years listening to you tell people I'm renting. I've watched you change the subject every time someone asks what I do. I've sat at family dinners where you brag about Olivia's career and then get quiet when someone asks about mine. Rachel, Olivia's voice is thick. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I should have paid more attention. I should have asked. Liv, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. You've been living your life. I've been living mine. I'm not angry at you. Then who are you angry at? I look at my parents. My mother is crying now. My father looks like he's aged 10 years in 10 minutes. I'm not angry, I say, and I realize I mean it. I stopped being angry a long time ago, but I'm also done pretending. I'm done being small so you can feel better about your story of me. I own a beautiful house. I make good money. I love my work. I'm happy. And I don't need you to validate that anymore. The party has essentially stopped. Everyone's watching. This moment is too raw, too real for a celebration. My mother reaches for me. Rachel, sweetheart, please. Mom, I say it gently. I love you. I love both of you, but I can't keep doing this. I can't keep being your project, your worry, your disappointment. I'm none of those things. I'm just different from what you expected, and that's okay. But you have to let me be who I am, not who you wish I was. I stand up. My legs feel shaky, but I'm steady. Liv, I'm happy for you, really. You and Daniel are going to be great together. I look at Uncle James. Thank you for asking the question. He nods, his eyes kind. I walk through the party, past the string lights and the white tablecloths and the carefully curated perfection. Nobody tries to stop me. I drive home to my house on Sasko Beach, the one I bought with money I earned, the one I chose because I fell in love with the way the evening light hits the water. I pour myself a glass of wine and stand on my deck, listening to the sound of the waves. My phone buzzes. A text from Olivia. Can I come see your house? For real this time? Tomorrow? I type back, yes, come for brunch. I'll make pancakes. 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. I really am sorry. I love you. I love you too. An hour later, another text, this one from my mother. Your father and I would like to talk. Not tonight, but soon, when you're ready. I stare at the message for a long time before responding. Okay, let me know when. I don't know if things will change. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe my parents will learn to see me as I actually am. Maybe they'll always see me as the daughter who didn't follow the script. But here's what I know. I don't need their approval anymore. I don't need to be their version of successful. I built this life, this house, this peace, on my terms, with my choices, through my work. And nobody can take that from me. Not even the people who were supposed to be proud of me from the beginning. Because at the end of the day, the only validation that truly matters is your own. And I learned that lesson the hard way. But I learned it. The next morning, Olivia shows up at 10 with bagels and questions. We sit on my deck, watching sailboats drift across the sound. And for the first time in years, we really talk. Not surface talk. Real talk. I was so wrapped up in my own stuff, she says quietly, so focused on meeting Mom and Dad's expectations that I didn't even notice they were doing the same thing to you, but worse, because with me, at least they were proud. With you, they were ashamed. She flinches. That's such a harsh word. But it's accurate, not because of who I am, but because of who they wanted me to be. That's not fair to you. No, it's not, but it's also not entirely fair to them. They're not bad people. They had a vision, and I didn't fit it. And instead of adjusting the vision, they tried to adjust me. Olivia wipes her eyes. Are you okay? Really? I look out at the water, at this place I built for myself, at this life I created. Yeah, I say, I really am. And I mean it. Because the truth is, I stopped waiting for my parents' approval the day I signed the papers on this house. I stopped measuring my worth by their standards the moment I decided to build my own. It took them 3 years to find out. It took me 3 years to stop caring if they did. And that's the real victory. Not the house, not the money, not the moment at the party when everyone's assumptions shattered. The victory is knowing I'm enough, exactly as I am, with or without their pride. That's freedom. And it's worth more than any house.